With all the excitement surrounding the next-gen consoles, you may have missed a few games this year. So here are 18 great games you may not have played in 2013. It fools you at the start into thinking that it's a pleasant fairy tale, but Brothers gets stranger, darker and more interesting as you go along, culminating in a real emotional gut punch of an ending. It is a must-play. The Swapper is a creepily atmospheric puzzler set in space, revolving around your ability to transfer your soul between several clones. It's both visually and thematically fascinating. A lot of IGN editors have spent months telling people to play Gone Home. If you haven't yet, you're missing out. Few games have such perfect narrative pitch. Here's an idea. What if you were a narwhal in space, and 3 of your friends were there too, and you were all trying to fly around and touch each other's hearts with your long narwhal noses? Starwhal Just the Tip is one of the best multiplayer games of the year, and best of all, it's free. There's only one thing to bear in mind with Cookie Clicker: expect the unexpected. It's at the forefront of a strange and fascinating movement called the idle game. It pulls you in and holds you spellbound for no reason that you can understand. Shelter is a sad and beautiful game about parenthood and badgers, in which you must try to guide your cubs through the perils of the forest, keeping them fed and safe. It's short and bittersweet, with a heart-rending conclusion. An homage to a litany of classic crime movies, Monaco is riotously enjoyable with friends. It's a cooperative, minimalist take on thievery that combines arcade stealth and an 8-bit style French Riviera. If atmospheric, minimalist adventure games are your thing, then Kentucky Route Zero is your thing. It's quiet, mysterious and well written, with a self-referential story that spirals in directions you won't anticipate. Transforming Escher-esque environments, mind-bending puzzles and a talent for subverting your expectations make Antichamber a real treat for the mind. Just don't expect to rush through it. Papers, Please is about a border control official in a fictional Eastern European country, but it's also about guilt, conscience and desperation. You'll learn things about yourself while playing it. Gunman Clive is secretly one of the best 3DS games, a ludicrously cheap and finely tuned platformer in a Wild West setting, inspired by Mega Man. What more do you want for $2? Thanks to an unfortunate release date in the middle of next-gen madness, Tearaway is in danger of being ignored. A tragedy, as this is finally the game worth owning a Vita for. It's a glorious tribute to human creativity, and it'll make you feel all fizzy inside. As well as being as gorgeous as you'd expect of any project co-created with Studio Ghibli, No Kuni is also one of the best JRPGs in years, letting you collect combatants in a Pokemon-esque fashion. The story will warm all but the stoniest of hearts too. Profoundly relaxing and entirely non-directed, Proteus asks nothing of you but to wander and take in the sights. Mount Your Friends is the game responsible for the most laughter this year in our office, and not just because of the hilarious dong physics. It's an intensely competitive multiplayer game that requires nerves of steel. Cloudberry Kingdom is a randomised platformer, and it makes you feel at turns like an imbecile and a god. Anyone with fond memories of old-school 2D platforming will love it. A picture book game about a boy who floats into the air with his favourite balloon, Castles in the Sky can only be described as lovely. Especially if you can play it with a small child, it's a delight. Mush's premise is straightforward. You're on the run from the Mush, a hostile alien race. They're on your tail, and to make matters worse, one of the aliens is aboard your ship and it's masquerading as a member of your crew. Imagine the paranoia-fueled suspense of John Carpenter's The Thing, wrapped up in a multiplayer experience that looks a bit like FTL. For literally thousands more games, stay with us on IGN.com.